Over the past few days, I saw quite a few content creators posting videos about the launch of Silksong, saying that it's this crazy launch and it crashed all the servers and that Team Cherry achieved some really crazy and amazing thing by doing all this. And I just feel like quite a bit of that is a bit sensational, and I just wanted to give my own opinion on this. Now, don't get me wrong, it is true that pretty much every online store, from the Nintendo eShop, Xbox Store, PlayStation Store, and Steam, all crashed pretty much the second Silksong's sale went live. And I'm sure Silksong sold a lot of copies as well. The thing to really think about here, though, is the fact that Team Cherry made the decision to not allow any pre-orders. Because there were no pre-orders, you couldn't pre-download, and because of that, everyone had to go on the online marketplace of their choice and buy the game all at the same time. And I've seen previous game launches where it launched at exactly midnight, exactly 12 o'clock a.m. on the launch day, depending on what time zone you were in. So I'm in Eastern Standard Time, right? So at midnight my time, a game would launch. Then an hour later, the Central Time Zone, it would unlock for that group of people, right? So essentially, what's happening here is that Team Cherry chose one time for a global launch, and that when that launch happened, every single person had to go on and buy it. And so there was a ton of people going on at the same time. And tons of other games had really big launches, but because they allowed people to pre-order, they allowed people to pre-download, there was way less people on at exactly when the game went live to buy the game and download it, so that the servers were eased, right? The amount of traffic was stretched over a longer period of time, pretty much like a week before the launch. And because of the global launch time they picked, so for me it was 10 a.m. For, I guess, like I said, Eastern Standard Time, but it was the same exact time across the board for everyone around the world, right? So the entire world, every person wanting to buy Silksong across the entire world were joining this. And for the US, which is a pretty big video game market, the earliest it was 7 a.m., which 7 a.m. there's still quite a lot of people that are up and ready to go. So from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. basically, there's a ton of people who are on their computers ready to go. So yeah, there were a ton of people that scheduled at a time to where most people were awake and available. It was not like midnight, it was in the middle of the day. So I feel like saying that, Team Cherry achieved some kind of crazy thing by launching the stores. You have to add the context that they also made these choices that led to it, right? They had the global launch, they didn't allow pre-orders or pre-downloads, and everyone had to go on at the same time. And I know, me personally, I had so much trouble. It took me 3 hours. I wasn't even able to buy it until 1 in the afternoon. 3 hours later. I tried multiple times. It would get a little bit further and further every single time. I even get to the point where I got to where you submit the payment and it crashed right after. And then the next time I tried it 20 minutes later, it finally did go through, which is kind of funny, right? It's a little bit almost ironic that this is kind of how Hollow Knight and Silksong play, right? You have these really difficult moments where to get through them, you have to keep trying, and you get further and further every time you try, and eventually you do beat that boss, or you do purchase that game, and you get that hit of dopamine. You're like, wow, I finally got through it. The eShop finally let me buy this game. but yeah, I think you have to take everything that content creators out there say with a grain of salt, because they're trying to get your attention, right? They're trying to make it seem like something is so crazy so that you listen and you pay attention and you watch the whole video. But yeah, I don't want to put this video out there and make it seem like I'm trying to take away some of what the Team Cherry has achieved here. They sold a lot of copies of a game, especially for an indie game. They had hundreds of thousands of players on day one concurrently, all playing at the same time. It was a great launch. This game came out great so far. I'm pretty far in it now, but I'm really happy. I'm really happy for Team Cherry, and I hope that they're moving on to either some DLC for this game, because I think they probably have a lot of stuff that they didn't get to add that they might want to. And if they're not doing DLC, then I hope that they move on to their next project, maybe another game in the Hollow Knight universe, or maybe something completely different, who knows. But I wish them luck. I wish them the best for everything, and I'm so happy for this game. And if you want to see any more Hollow Knight or Silksong themed content, I'll be making some more videos, so you can click on my face right here and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one.